Good evening everyone, and welcome to a special Sunday night stream as we approach another bullish weekly close for Bitcoin, on course for another weekly all-time high candle close for Bitcoin, and we've just broken back above 100k as we started the stream at 8 p.m. Loads of questions coming in, which is great. Loads of questions in CC Pro. Dropped a link for CC Pro. If you're not a member, you need to get involved. You're missing out on some absolute gold dust that's made a lot of people a lot of money so far, but we have barely got started in this bull run, in my opinion. We still have a long way to go in some altcoins, and Bitcoin isn't finished either. As you can see, Bitcoin reached 104k earlier in the week, retraced a little bit in that mad sell-off a few days ago, but we are edging closer to the green box. For anyone that's been tuning in for a while, you'll know the green box is the target of this fallen wedge breakout. We actually put this target, I think the real target's about 113k. We put this target when Bitcoin was down in the 60s. So yeah, we were very bullish even during these times here, and we are now approaching the goal of this breakout. That doesn't mean to suggest that we think that is the top. I think Bitcoin's going much higher. I think we'll see 200k Bitcoin this cycle, and as the title of tonight's stream suggests, there is rumours that we're going to hear an announcement from from Microsoft potentially buying Bitcoin this week, and even another country, and we'll dive into that shortly. But Bitcoin's looking great, over 100k. We always like to look at the balance on exchanges. This just shows how many Bitcoins are actually still on exchanges, still down at record lows. A little uptick this week, some profit taken, but I do think that will start dropping, and once we break below the 2 million Bitcoin on exchanges, then I think things will get very, very interesting. Let's jump out the chat because there is loads and loads of questions coming in already. Can you have a look at WIF and Velo? What do you think can still 10x from today's price? Questions about MV. I wish MV's price action reflected how much coverage it got on this channel and in CC Pro, because we'd all be millionaires. I think MV, we'll cover it in a while, but I still think it's still early. We've not seen the gaming narrative properly take off. let's have a look around some altcoins. Let's check in on Ethereum. We've covered this quite a lot in CC Pro, that Ethereum still hasn't broken out above its March high. We've seen a few altcoins do it. We've seen XRP, we've seen Solana, Doge, we've seen quite a few. Phantom, I think, has now broken its March high. Yeah, it has. But Ethereum still hasn't. And Ethereum effectively is the king of the altcoins. So once we see it break this level just here, around $4,085, I do think Ethereum then heads to its all-time high around 4,800. So once we do start seeing that breakout, I do think things will get very interesting very quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it in the next few days. And based on this local high to local low, the target for this breakout is around the $10,000 mark, which I do think Ethereum is destined for this bull run. But yeah, this green bar here is the price to break. We need a daily close above that level, and then I think we see a proper alt season. XRP had quite a nice day today actually. It bounced, but it's bounced back up. It touched 265 earlier today. There is the CBS interview tonight, I think, with Brad Garlinghouse. A lot of talk about the Ripple stablecoin, what that's going to mean for the token, and of course we've got the bullish news about the SEC chair and the crypto czar in the US coming out. So I do think it's going to be quite a bullish week for crypto. We also have the Fed. I think the FOMC is this week. No, it's a week, so we've still got 9 days till the FOMC. But it's now an 85% chance they cut rates, which obviously just means more liquidity pouring into the markets. So let's start. Yeah, we'll just do them in order. So I don't hold any. Dog with hat. Meme coin, kind of far too high in value for me to get involved. I think it'll break the all-time high. Where it goes after that is anyone's guess, to be honest. It does seem to be one of the one meme coins that it's holding and starting to build that kind of cult following, a bit like Doge and Shiba. Pepe broke its all-time high earlier this week as well. So yeah, I think it'll do well, but where it tops out is kind of anyone's guess. Depends on the meme coin cycle, if it lasts, or if we see a rotation out of that. It also depends on regulation, because I see Pump.Fun is getting clamped down on, so that might impact memes this cycle. Yeah, Velo has been on a tear the last week or so, a couple of weeks. Broken its all-time high. Does look like it's just kind of back tested the all-time high as well, which is pretty bullish sign. So yeah, we could go much higher for Velo. I have like a tiny bag of it. It's not something I'm massively bullish on, but actually you can see even more bullish that it's broken above the Fib retracement and tested it as support. So yeah, we're probably heading towards the 0.042 dollar level in the coming days and weeks. Nice. What do I still think can 10x? I think quite a lot of altcoins can still 10x from here. I think everybody has had such a kind of emotional and testing bear market that they forget how explosive the altcoin market is. Or maybe they've not been through it and they've maybe not looked into it, but I think the altcoin market is got loads of room to move. If you think this down here is roughly where we are now, maybe here. So at this stage in 2020, the altcoin market was $196 billion, and it went on to do an 8x. So it just shows like the altcoin market can move like nothing else, and it'll blow everyone's expectations out the water. So altcoins, most altcoins haven't even broke their March high, never mind about their previous all-time high. So yeah, I think a lot of altcoins will surprise people. I think we'll see crazy numbers. People will sell way before altcoins top out, which is great because then you take profit. But yeah, the altcoin market's not even broke its all-time high yet, and then it's got, if you look at the fibs, it's got so much room to extend. All-time high 1.71 trillion, the 1.618 is 2.5 trillion. Could get up as high as kind of 5 trillion market cap for the altcoin market. That is a serious amount of capital flowing into small market coins. It's not Bitcoin with a $1 trillion, $2 trillion market cap. These are altcoins with in the millions. That liquidity flow could send altcoins up like 100x on some occasions. So yeah, loads, could do 10x. Let's cover MV. Let's box it off early in the stream. So MV is back above the 200-day moving average. Looks like it's came back, filled this what's called a fair value gap. If you've tuned into us before, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But basically, the gap between this wick here and the top of the candle has been filled by this candle. That's very bullish in market structure, and now we're just stepping on out. So yeah, I think kind of one of my short-term targets would be to take out this high here from December last year. So that would be what, about 7x, maybe a 6x from here, which would be nice. And hopefully you've accumulated some cheap MV down around the 1 cent mark, and that just means you can exit the market a bit earlier or take profits a lot earlier. To be honest, I don't really know how the Brad Garlinghouse interview will affect the market. It's just another example of why I think XRP is going to absolutely destroy anyone's price predictions, because it's had so much retail coverage that when retail flows into it, and by that I mean once the court case is officially over, which I think will come in the next couple of weeks, maybe the start of January, only because Gary Gensler's going to leave office regardless, and the first thing the new commissioner's going to do is just settle with Ripple, make 125 million, and then start his actual job. What an easy start for the SEC chair. If I was Gary Gensler, I wouldn't let that money go to the next person. I would take it myself, and at least he could write it as a semi-win. So yeah, I think if I was Gary Gensler, I'd be settling ASAP, take the win, or at least claim it as a win, and then move on with my life. So yeah, not entirely sure how the interview will affect the price. Where are we sitting just now? 257. I mean, we're going to have highest weekly close in since 2017, I'd like to say. Yeah, there's only ever, or 2018, sorry. There's only ever been there's only ever been one weekly candle close on XRP higher than the level we're going to close today at. Just think of that. In the history of XRP, there's only one candle that's ever closed higher than we are right now, and that was the all-time high candle. So that is massively bullish in itself. So I do think, interview or no interview, next week XRP probably pumps. And this interview is just, it's just narrative building. It's just what they use to justify the price movement, but the price is going to move anyway. It's like anyone that tells you crypto is pumping because of Trump, go and watch any chart for a long period of time. Bitcoin and crypto is pumping because 6 months ago there was a halving, supply shock, demand coming into the market, liquidity in global markets. That's why crypto's pumping. Of course, Trump bullish helps it. Crypto was going to pump this quarter, whether we like it or not. Whether Trump got elected or not, crypto was going to pump. So it's the same with XRP. It's going to pump. Brad Garlinghouse doing an interview on 60 Minutes. Yeah, it's great for the narrative, but in my eyes, it's going to do new all-time high regardless. A lot of questions about UTK. Interestingly, it's up quite a lot in the last couple of weeks, so isn't it? I mean, still down massively. It's up 120% in the last couple of weeks, so nice move. Like I've said before, I think I'm quite bullish on it. I'm bullish on the idea. I just don't necessarily know what they've been doing. I don't know if the rebrand was necessary, but yeah, long term, I think I'm quite bullish on it. I like the idea. Payments processing, I think it makes sense, and I also think it's quite a good coin that retail would be attracted to because it's a really simple to understand token. Like if I'm a retail investor with no knowledge of crypto, I can understand what UTK is trying to achieve. Node sales and digital ID and stuff like that is a bit harder concept to grasp. So yeah, I do think it'll do well. Yeah, we'll cover CRV. We'll cover Borgie. Yeah, let's have a look at some other coins. So somebody mentioned Hedera. Hedera's absolutely smashing it. Very volatile. Similar here. The only thing I would say is it had a massive correction. But yeah, it looks really bullish. Breaking out. Next stop's probably all-time high, I would imagine. But you could see quite a dramatic check back or retracement, although it seems to have had a bit of a retracement there. So yeah, we could see continuation of that trend, which would be nice. Let's have a look at Opulus. In fact, let's do CRV first. So CRV has moved quite nicely over the last couple of weeks. We are at the weekly 200 MA, so we could see a bit of resistance and maybe a bit of a retracement, but it looks pretty strong. Short-term target would be 157 because that's the breakout of this downtrend. We've already hit the first target, which was 130. So will we see a retracement? If we do, then the target of the retracement would probably be about 87 cents, and then the next leg up would be to the 150 target. So yeah, very bullish on CRV long term. I think once we do clear this level, once we clear here, this 158 level, there doesn't seem to be a lot of resistance. Got a bit of level around 193. After that, you could see it climb really quickly to like $3, which, given how low it dropped, would be insanely bullish. And hopefully, people manage to average down, and there's a lot of upside to be had on CRV. Potentially, Jamie, but to be honest, like, I don't know how many crypto folk care about 60 minutes. Not to mention that XRP has kind of simmered down over the last couple of days, so it's already had its kind of retracement. If we were just pumping straight up into the interview, I would say yeah, potentially we would see still the news event, but we've kind of already had our sell-off. But to be honest, it's short-term movements versus long-term gains. If it retraces because of the interview and it drops back to kind of the 197 level, then fine. Long-term, it's going much, much higher. XBorg, so necessarily chart XBorg, but we'll just talk about XBorg. So for me, I think the gaming narrative needs to return, but I do think XBorg will move up to that 1 billion FDV. I think it's 250. It might be a bit higher actually now. It might be about 300. But yeah, I think it's got a good 3-4x in it, but I could easily see it go much higher. Just depends how long the gaming narrative lasts, and if it actually isn't just a short-term narrative and it actually leads to adoption and people actually gaming. That would be the most bullish case, is actually see some adoption rather than just people speculating on the price. So Borgie. Alright, let's talk about Borgie. In fact, I wonder if I can open this without... So BorgPad is beginning this week. So this is Borgie, the meme of SwissBorg. So basically, Cyrus jokingly talked about Borgie, the meme coin. Somebody created it. So then there was so much hype around it, they decided to actually take it over and relaunch it. So there's going to be a new token. So if you hold the original Borgie, you need to register so that you get airdropped new tokens. But basically all you do to take part in the launch is accept the terms and tell them how much you're going to invest. It's a $250 max investment, and yeah, it goes live at 5 PM on Tuesday. So yeah, you can take part. The reason I said I was so bullish on Borgie is any meme coin needs a community and it needs buy-in, and obviously the SwissBorg community is like 1 million people strong, and it's already quite an active community, so naturally Borgie should do quite well. And then other speculators enter the market once they see it trending, once they see it doing well. But ultimately, to be honest, I don't really care about that. What I care about is that Borgie is going to cause people to have to buy Borg in order to buy Borgie. That creates buy pressure for the Borg token from anyone around the world, not just SwissBorg users. Anyone that wants to buy the Borgie meme coin is going to need Borg tokens. That creates buy pressure for Borg, which is one of my biggest holdings. In fact, my biggest holding. On top of that, they're going to burn the liquidity pool, which contains the Borg token. So at the same time, there's going to be a hopefully demand for Borg. There's also going to be a drop in supply because they're going to burn, I think it's $100,000 worth of tokens for the liquidity pool. So both combined is bullish for Borg. Borgie might be a nice meme coin that does well, but ultimately the benefits are going to be for the Borg token. On top of that, it's forcing people, even Borg holders like myself, in order to take part, you need Borg on Solana, on Phantom, or any other Web3 wallet. So I'm not selling Borg, buying Solana, moving Solana to Phantom, then buying Borg back. I'm just buying new Borg. So it's creating buy pressure for the token. And what's bullish is there's 2 more launch pools coming. So I think both the Solana ID and Momi are $250,000 each. So there's $600,000 worth of Borg burn just in the next 3 weeks. So that's why I'm bullish on Borgie. Yeah, the meme coin might do well, it might do a 10x, might do a 100x, whatever, but ultimately long term it's going to help the price of the Borg token. And there's already $126,000 worth of Borg pledged towards the LP. The launch pool terms, so you buy, you can either wait until it launches and buy after it launches on Radium, or you can take part in the liquidity pool and then you earn Borgie tokens and it's vested over 6 months, but you get the best you get it at a $1 million valuation. So if you take part in the LP, you get the tokens at a $1 million valuation. Otherwise, you can buy on the secondary market on Radium once it's launched and buy it at whatever the market value is. So that's the two options. I'll probably do both. Des, loving a bit of Chili's. Chili's is still not broke its March high. Sits at 16.7. So 16 cents. But it's had a good couple of weeks. We spoke on stream a few weeks ago about it putting in a double bottom, very similar to Oculus. And we did say it was looking bullish. Well, since this double bottom got put in, it is now up 135%. So yeah, I think what's bullish for me as well is the March high sits right below the weekly MA. So I do expect that to get hit very soon. And then the weekly MA likely acts as a resistance. Maybe see it retrace back down a bit, maybe down to 13 cents, and then we go again. And that's kind of what I expect from most altcoins. What else did you ask about VeChain? Yeah, it's broke the earlier in the year high. Bit of retracement to be fair. Let's see on the daily. It was just consolidating here before it runs again. Looking good. Do you know any whale wallet accounts to follow that show when they're selling? I wouldn't get involved in stuff like that, Shiv, if I'm honest. It sounds like a fool's errand. Whales and smart money play games. That's how they make money. Prime example was it Friday night? When was this? Thursday night. This is pure whale games, this candle here. They lure everybody in and then they absolutely crush the price. And then they release some nonsense news to justify why the price behaved like that. So yeah, I would just focus on your own bags, focus on your own take profit levels, and I wouldn't worry about what whales are doing because you're bound to get wrecked. Because ultimately smart money can move the market quicker and more violently than you can keep up with. So for me, I wouldn't even entertain stuff like that. Let me grab a drink and I'll be right back. Someone mentioned Alvara. I think it was actually Deck. So yeah, Alvara having quite a nice move over the last couple of weeks. Hopefully you were part of the CC Pro seed round, so you're up, what, 3x now? Or just short of 3x. But we've not actually got most of our tokens. I still think this chart has got a lot of movement in it. Mainnet launches, I think, January, maybe end of this year. I think that'll bring a lot of speculation with it as well. Obviously, it brings burn pressure and buy pressure to the token. So yeah, I could easily see Alvara back at $2, which would be very nice, especially for seed round investors. Somebody asked about Casta. Yeah, that's Caspa. Casta had a bit of crazy last week, up 80%, retraced a little bit, came back down to this level here, which was previous support, previous resistance. This is pure retail coin, in my opinion. I think this is Mooncard will pump the life out of this to retail, so I do think it'll do some big moves. Not a lot of resistance in the chart either, so you could get like a 3x just in a week from something like this, because it won't take a lot to move. LimeWire, to be fair, I definitely think it'll break this April high, which is what, 4x, 5x from here. Where it tops out this cycle. Such a new coin, it's hard to predict, but you could see it up kind of $3-4. Pretty no bother, to be honest. Especially if the amount of money we're talking about does flow into crypto, then LimeWire at $4, even $5 might not actually be that crazy a shout. But like we always say on the channel, make sure you're taking profits. Make sure you're out way before then, or at least you've only got a small proportion of your holdings left and you've trimmed profits all the way up. And they asked about Flame. Yeah, nice little move from Flame, to be fair. Broke above the 200-day moving average, came back, tests as support. But yeah, I do think we'll probably start breaking. If we can get a close above this kind of 4.5 cents level, then yeah, we could see some bigger moves from Flame. 5 cents there, probably another level of resistance, and then almost 7. It does move quite quick, Flame, when it moves, so yeah, it does look pretty healthy on the chart, which is nice. Somebody asked where they can buy Borgy. All the details are in CC Pro. If you're not in CC Pro, you need to sign up. All the information on how to take part is in there, and all the information about what to do if you're a current Borgy holder is there as well. Well, look at the hardest thing with Polygon is they migrated the charts, or the token. Actually, the chart is pretty much nonsense. So the title of the video was Microsoft buying Bitcoin. The reason I kind of put that was that Dennis Porter, who is quite a big deal in the Bitcoin space, he's not like a shiller, he's not like a KOL, he's actually somebody that's involved in like Congress and stuff like that, said that next week there will be an announcement that will fundamentally shift Bitcoin. One of the largest economies in the world is poised to win with Bitcoin. You can see he's been linked with like the Winklevoss twins. He's interviewed Senator Lummis and stuff. So I don't think this is clickbait, to be honest. I think this is probably serious, but I'm not sure if it will be a country. I think the Microsoft one is being teed up. The Microsoft have a shareholder meeting this week. Michael Saylor's been talking about them adopting Bitcoin for a couple of weeks now. So, yeah, I do think we could see some big announcements this week. It'll be interesting to see what price does before the announcement. That'll kind of determine if it's going to be a sell the news event. But as always, we'll keep everybody in CC Pro updated. Jamie, never seen it in CC Pro. Yeah, just check the meme coin updates section. It's definitely there. Let's see what other. Orca's had a very nice couple of days, I think. I looked at this earlier. Yeah. So yeah, very nice. What was that, Friday? Lovely move from Orca. We've spoken about it before. It's the same as Jupiter. Like, we think Dexy's Uniswap for Ethereum, and Sushi for like kind of the EVM chains, and then Jupiter and Orca for Solana ecosystem will do very well in this bull run. What was interesting to see with Jupiter, which is looking very nice, is obviously broke out of this downtrend. Check back to this level here. If it closes above this level, which is this high and this high here, then I do think we could see another rally for Jupiter this week, and likely the profits from like that Orca move just flow back and forth. That's typically what you see when coins are quite closely linked. You'll see the profits just rotate. So Orca obviously had a good Friday, so we could see that profit rotate into Jupiter, which then has a nice pump this week, which would be very bullish. Hopefully you tuned out the last stream. We spoke about Pepe. So we said Pepe was in this kind of rough fallen wedge pattern. It broke out, checked it back as support, and from the breakout we are up a nice 32%, and Pepe's also went on to close, well, it's made a new high and it looks on course to close its highest daily candle in history, which would be very bullish. Have a look at Opulus. Wow. Where can it top out? Let's see where the fib from the March high runs. So that gets it to 156. I mean, what's it at just today? So that would be at more than a 10x, probably like a 12, 13x from here. But obviously it's up quite a bit. CC Pro members have been buying it since 4. So I think it can go higher than that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if it broke all-time high, but it's going to take a lot of liquidity to get it back up there, and I do believe it's possible. But for me, I'll be selling way before then. Like I say, we've been buying it since 4 cents, so already at a 3x. It does another 10x from here, 30x. I think crypto plays games with your head, and you have to take the win at times. You can hold out for the what ifs, but that's how you get wrecked. Because if the market turns, you could be sitting on a pile of cash that could change your life, could pay for a house, could pay for holidays, and if you don't take profit because you're waiting on like $6-7, then you're mad. So yeah, take the wins. Make sure you have your take profit levels labeled, drawn on charts, alerts set, whatever you need to do, so that when the time comes, you're not emotional and you just execute, you just take profit. Thoughts on Borg? Alex, I am very bullish on Borg. We just covered Borgy and why that's bullish for Borg. The Momate and Solana ID launch pools are also bullish for the Borg token, and given that the BorgPad launches this week and they've already got 3 launches lined up, then that's what, $600,000 worth of buy pressure for the Borg token. Then to me that is just insanely bullish for Borg. Another thing is it just creates hype around the token. Not just one of the things for SwissBorg recently is it's quite like a echo chamber, so the community doesn't change dramatically. I think going on chain, the Solana ecosystem, making people hold Borg in order to take part in the launch pools is hugely bullish for Borg. Three commas. To be fair, I've never really looked into it. I don't really trust bots that much, if I'm honest. I like doing it myself. But yeah, if it works for you, it works for you. The trouble with, especially us talking about something like that, is everyone will just go and set the exact same take profit levels. So it doesn't necessarily work. That's why we try to encourage everybody to educate themselves, learn how to read charts, learn how to take profit, set their own take profit levels based on their personal experience. Because otherwise it's just, everyone will have $3 XRP target, everyone will have, I don't know, $2 Opulus target, a $5 Borg target, whatever it is. The numbers are irrelevant, but if everybody just sets the same, then it becomes a bit pointless. Profit taking should be very personal. Callum, I'll cover Telcoin. Looks very bullish, to be fair. Weekly breakout above the 200-day moving average and the March high. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's add that to our list, and we'll come back and revisit it next week on stream. Somebody remind me next week. In fact, do you know what? The last stream, I told everybody I was going to trade Pepe, and obviously we're up. Can't remember what I traded at, but to be fair, it hit our take profit because my take profit was just the all-time high. So actually, I closed it a little too soon. So let me do the same with Telcoin, and then I won't forget to check back on it. Let's have a look. I wonder if you can do it on this. This is not financial advice. Don't copy along. You might end up wrecked. But yeah, it looks very bullish on the weekly time frame. The higher the time frame, the more accurate as well. You can only trade it on Mexi with $40. I think we're pretty safe. But it'll give us an indication if we were right or not. But yeah, probably fill that wick at least, and then maybe go up to 0.009353. That looks like a probably nice level. Let's draw it out. Yeah, we can revisit this on the next stream. Let's just say we'll set that. It's just a bit of fun. $40. Yeah, no, I understand what the DCing out bot is for. I just think everybody would then set the same levels. I'd rather do it myself, but yeah, if it works for you, all good. Metacade. You can't really chart it. Yeah. Not a lot of thoughts on this chart, unfortunately. Can you give an update? We've done a stream specific, Mark. We've done a stream specifically on seed rounds a few weeks back. Nothing's really changed. All the streams are in CC Pro, so if you go back, you can watch the stream. You'll see what we thought of our seed rounds then. Would you say profit taking advice for meme, shorts, or even long XRP, for example? Nice, Michael. 11,000 coins with 54 cents. So you're up 5x right now, which is nice. So what we always say, this isn't, people that tune in all the time have probably heard it a million times, but what is your goal? And then work back from there. And that's how you take profit. You're up 5x. So in my opinion, a good strategy, but this doesn't apply to everybody, is take out the $5,000 you spent initially, and then everything you make above is risk free. And even if XRP goes to 0 tomorrow, which it probably won't, you'll have broke even. You might have wasted 6, 12 months, whatever, but you'll broke even. But then if it goes on a massive tear, you've still got a decent amount in, and then just start laddering out, just start selling a percentage every time it moves to a certain level. That's how to take profit, in my opinion. Tier or tie? Up crazy. Hopefully you got in. Who's this, Joshua? Yeah, hopefully you got in down here. Yeah, it looks crazy. Chia. I don't really know too much about it, Lynn, so I could give you an opinion on the project. It does look like it's trying to reclaim some levels, which is nice. It's obviously recreate. Let's draw it on. Obviously it's broken above there, which looks semi-healthy. You'd want to see it a break above probably here around $58, and then it can start moving higher. I don't really know what it is, to be honest, and the price always seems strange to me when tokens are like $31 a coin, because it just puts off retail. Retail are like magpies to a small number. That's why meme coins work so well. Retail loves feeling like if they have 1,000 of them, and 1,000 of them is a bad example, if they have 1,000,000 coins of Shiba Inu, if it goes to $1, they're a millionaire. Well, if your price of your token's $31, that's never going to happen. It puts retail off, especially the total degens. Wow, Sushi with a very impressive daily move. I was trading Sushi and I took profit at $2. Missed out on some, what's that, 20, another 20%. Kel is looking to be granted approval to be the first digital asset bank. Sweet. I mean, it'll only let me trade $40 of it, so if it does moon, I'm going to be very annoyed, but $40 times 10x is better than nothing, I suppose. Cardano, yes. OG. There's some FUD about Cardano today, somebody sent me, but price hasn't reacted. Tells me it's either fake news or not important news. Normally what happens is price runs first, and then you get the news after. But Cardano's had an amazing run, to be fair. We did say, I think it was down here, was when the news of the Bitcoin and the Cardano Foundation link up was announced. We did say it was probably going to run higher. But yeah, it's had an amazing run. Yeah, interesting that, let's see if I can show it on this. So, be interested to see where it closes tonight on the daily time frame, because it's actually testing this level here. I know this is hard to see because it's so zoomed out because the price is so mad, but the highest candle close of this move is the same as the high from 2022, and then it's rejected. So yeah, be interested to see where we close. We could go much higher for Cardano as well. I think it topped out at like $4 in the last run. $3, sorry. So yeah, if it breaks above this level, then I mean it could go to 183 quite quickly, which is insane. But yeah, I think there's still a place for stuff like Cardano, VeChain, Polygon, Polkadot, all these coins, because people that were in previously and maybe made money, or people that have just heard of crypto before, they gravitate towards some of the older coins. Plus, if you want to trade a coin, having all this history makes it so much easier. So they are still attractive to people. Plus, hopefully, I mean, who knows with Cardano, but hopefully they've actually been building something and they're actually going to achieve something. They've had enough time to. Solana's been a bit poor show since it hit its all-time high, but this is kind of typical behaviour. Run up to all-time high, that's where FOMO kicks in, just break above and then reject down, and that's where retail get trapped because they all pile in at all-time highs and then we reject down, and then once we've kind of frustrated everybody thinking, oh, that's it, we're not going to go much beyond all-time high, people get frustrated and then it'll rip higher and it'll absolutely blast through probably $300 easily as well. You can see this wick goes right back to the 2021 high as well. That's nice. It's the exact opposite of what happened here. So if anyone was around, hopefully you were in CC Pro or you were watching streams back here, back in September 2023, everybody was calling for BNB to drop to like, I think it was like $38 or something like that, $48, and it was trading sideways, and then it got to the low of the cycle and it just wicked below, and everybody was calling for shorts, everybody was calling for it to dump, and it just reversed and it went on a monster rally, because that's exactly what smart money does. It frustrates you and it lures you in at the last second and then reverses the chart. Yeah, Ryan, we've said I think it could do, I'll definitely do $1. Could it do like $2-3 easily? We just need the gaming narrative to return. Galactica should be TGEing this month, maybe the start of next month, but yeah, TG's coming very soon. Somebody asked about Carve earlier as well. So by buying the Carve alpha deal on SwissBorg, you bought a node, and the rewards will start getting distributed next month, I think. But if you look at the market cap of Carve, it's over $1 billion, the FTV. And we all bought in at 170 million on the alpha deal. So yeah, pretty bullish on those rewards, similar to Aether. Yeah, the Borg chart. So just coming up against the weekly MA, but like I said, I think this week's going to be very bullish for Borg. I think we'll see some nice price movement in the next few days, kicking off with the launch of Borgy. Yes, Joshua, we accept crypto payments. Just get in touch. You can either, I think the easiest way is probably email support at ccgla.co.uk and they'll sort you out. Engine. Looks like it's one of the ones that are lagging. There's quite a few, to be fair. EYDX has done amazing as well, but still not broke any highs. But back to Engine, yeah, still quite lagging behind, to be fair, which is good because it means when it does move, it'll move quite quickly because people rotate profits in. People are always looking for places to rotate profits into. You just need to be careful you don't get caught the wrong side and you get caught chasing it all the time, because that's how people get wrecked in a bull run, is they keep moving profits into new projects. But we're still early in the cycle, so yeah, I still think it's kind of lagging behind. Let's see the 3-day daily. I mean, it's up quite a lot in the last few days. You'd probably want to see it retrace a little bit, although it has kind of wicked off a nice level. yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Bit of downtrend, bottoms, and then it'll go higher. But yeah, long term it'll definitely go higher. Again, another gaming narrative token. But yeah, short term, like 2x to the March high, which is very bullish. No, Michael, the Ripple stablecoin's a stablecoin. So if you buy $1,000, it's still going to be worth $1,000. It's a stablecoin, just it's pegged to the US dollar. So yeah, don't try and trade it. I don't know where it'll be available. I imagine it'll be available anywhere that you could get like USDT, but I think it's more for institutions. I've not really paid too much attention to it, to be honest, because it's not something I'm going to be buying. I might use it if it's quicker and it's cheaper, but I'm not going to be buying it. Shortly, is this the Web3 social engagement coin? I like the project. In terms of price action, it looks pretty bullish, to be fair. Let's check back on this level here. Got a lot of room to run as well. Up to there, 150%. Quite a healthy chart for a new token as well compared to some of them. So yeah, nice. I do like the project if it is the one I'm thinking of. Usman, last bull run, did you have any coins that didn't make you anything or were weak performers? Nah, not necessarily. I think the biggest problem for me was buying late in the cycle, which is why we keep advising people not to. So buying hype tokens. I think it changes with each cycle. You have different goals and you have different ideas about what you want to achieve. But yeah, I remember buying a token. I can't even remember what. I've probably still got it, that I watched on a video, and I think it was like September 2021 was my first buy. So obviously I was basically buying the top. But yeah, I think you just need to be careful of that. But that's all for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, we're going to be doing a lot more regular streams, so make sure you tune in and we'll revisit some of our trades that we've taken. We'll keep bringing you some information. We might do a live this week to coincide with the Borgy launch as well. But yeah, very bullish on Borg, and crypto looks ready to pop this week. So exciting week ahead. If you're not in CC Pro, make sure you get involved and make sure to sign up to get all the latest information. Catch you again soon.